How would Pierre Emerick Aubameyang fit into Manchester United's side? A tactical analysis. Robin van Persie 2.0. In this video I will be analysing how Pierre Emerick Aubameyang would fit into the Manchester United side from a tactical point of view. I was also looking at how the situation surrounding the Arsenal striker resembles that of Robin van Persie back in 2012. But before this video starts, if you're a usual gym goer and struggling to stay in shape during the quarantine, take a look at my friend Joe Cullen's new video, where he shows you how to do a full body workout with just one dumbbell. He also has some great fitness and travel content on his channel, so go over and subscribe to him. A link will be left in the description below. So before I get the Manchester United don't need Aubameyang, this video is stupid comments, let me first say I don't think Manchester United should sign Aubameyang. But there have been rumours linking him with a move to Old Trafford, which I thought was quite interesting considering the Robin van Persie transfer. So this video is merely a hypothetical of the transfer rather than an endorsement of the signing. But why is Arsenal's star player being linked with a move away from the Emirates? Well, the obvious answer is that Arsenal are struggling to even challenge for a Champions League place this season, and the board's ambition to really revamp this Arsenal squad with a major financial input is once again being called into question. So it's only natural that a world-class player like Aubameyang is beginning to eye up and move elsewhere. Also, Arsenal are at a stage financially where if they got a massive offer for one of their players, they may be willing to accept the deal if it meant they could reinvest the money in the rest of their squad. One of the many football Einsteins over at Sky Sports, Charlie Nicholas, suggested that Arsenal demand £100 million for Aubameyang to be sold and then use that money to rebuild the squad. Now, to anyone who knows the first thing about the football transfer market, this is beyond stupid. Firstly, because Aubameyang will soon be 31. Maybe he is worth £100 million if he is 25, but at 31, no player unless they are Ronaldo or Messi are worth anywhere near £100 million. Simply because you are only likely to get another 2 or maybe 3 years of the player at a world class level. Hence, Aubameyang wouldn't be valued anywhere near that, maybe £60 million at most if he had a few years left on his contract. But secondly, which does make this even more ridiculous a statement, Aubameyang has only 1 year left on his contract. Even prime Hazard with 1 year left on his contract was overpriced at £100 million when he made the move to Real Madrid last summer. Considering Aubameyang would be available on a free next summer, why would any club not out of their mind on drugs even consider paying £100 million for a 31-year-old? So away from the stupidity over at Sky Sports, how much could Arsenal expect to get for Aubameyang if they were to consider selling him to Manchester United? Well, I'd probably say £40 million max, and even then United would probably be overpaying. But let's just say United thought they needed a world-class forward and they decided to make the move for Aubameyang, just as they did for Van Persie back in 2012. How would he fit into Solskjaer's side? Well, first of all, what sort of centre forward is Aubameyang? Aubameyang's best attributes are his instinctive and one-on-one finishing, his movement in the box and movement in behind the back line. In his Dortmund days and at the start of his Arsenal career, Aubameyang was used mainly as an advanced forward leading the line, sitting high up the pitch in central positions and making runs in behind the defensive line, the role that Jamie Vardy plays for Leicester. However, Aubameyang has developed his game and no longer is so reliant on his pace. He has been playing from the left as well and as a lone striker. When he plays from the left of a front three, it's hard to nail down the exact role that he plays. He isn't a traditional winger or an inside forward because he plays too high up the pitch and rarely looks to receive the ball in the flank and look to dribble with it like an Eden Hazard or a Raheem Sterling would. He isn't a centre forward either, as his starting position is high and wide from the left. His role in Arteta's 4-3-3 appears to be the same role that Cristiano Ronaldo has played for Juventus and Real Madrid over the past few seasons. This is the role of a forward player who plays the reverse role of a wide forward. A wide forward for me is a forward who starts centrally and looks to make runs into the channels to receive the ball down the flank, as Timo Werner does for RB Leipzig. Ronaldo and Aubameyang do the opposite. When the ball is in the middle third, they'll often start wide, but then look to take up centre forward positions in the final third, to enable them to find goal scoring opportunities. I would define this role as a Raumdeuter, which is a term coined by Thomas Müller, which in German means space investigator. Aubameyang's role in the side in a simple sense is to investigate space, or to find space by moving in from a wide position. Essentially, he's the side's main finisher, but starts slightly wider than a usual centre forward. So in Solskjaer's 4-2-3-1 Manchester United system, Aubameyang would play from the left. This would obviously cause a few problems in terms of who would start as a centre forward, either Rashford or Martial. Even though Rashford's best position is on the left, playing as an inside forward, I do think he'd be better suited to playing as a centre forward alongside Aubameyang than he is with Martial on the left. This is because a central part of Rashford's game is being able to pick up the ball in wide positions and dribble infield where he can link with the other United attackers. When Martial plays from the left, he likes to do the same sort of thing, drifting wide to look to receive a ball to feet before turning and dribbling infield. This is one reason why Martial has been used as a centre forward, as he's far more suited to sitting higher and more central than Rashford is. Aubameyang would play this sort of role but from the left, as instead of receiving the ball to feet on the flank and looking to dribble infield, Aubameyang would play the role of a Raumdeuter, sitting high as a left forward almost and making central runs into goal scoring positions, allowing Rashford to take up his favourite positions in the half spaces. In terms of playing the role of the side's main finisher, Aubameyang would be an improvement on Martial. If we compare the two players' current ability, Aubameyang could be considered the best player in the league at creating chances for himself, as last season he had the highest non-penalty expected goals rate of anyone in the league, with 19.74. This season that has fallen off to only 11.24, which is the 11th best in the league, but it is probably more down to Arsenal's lack of creative ability this season than it is a decline in Aubameyang's ability to find goal scoring opportunities. Considering Aubameyang isn't playing for Liverpool or Manchester City, this is an extremely impressive record, as it shows that his movement and instinct is what's creating chances more than the team around him, which means if you put him in another side, he should be able to receive the same level of goal scoring opportunities. It's not just his ability to create chances for himself which is extremely impressive, it's also his ability to score those chances as well. This is seen as Aubameyang has overperformed his expected goals rate by 4.76 goals, which is the most of any player in the league who has scored more than 5 goals this season. It has to be said that Martial does rank pretty highly for this metric as well, overperforming his expected goals rate by 2.06 goals, showing that both players are excellent finishers, and that Aubameyang is probably the best player in the league at creating chances for himself, and one of the best alongside Jamie Vardy at finishing them. In the 4-2-3-1, Aubameyang would play a much narrower role on the left than Rashford has been doing. This would provide a greater offensive burden on the left back behind him, forcing them to provide an output of a traditional wide attacker. This is a reason why Arteta has looked to use Saka as Arsenal's left back, as he has the offensive ability to supplement Aubameyang's movement into a centre forward position. Whilst I do think Luke Shaw is a decent defensive fullback, I think he does lack offensive ability that would be needed to play this role in behind Aubameyang. You can check out the second episode of my Who Manchester United Should Sign series, where I analyse the left back I think United should sign in order to replace Luke Shaw. It will be linked in the eye above and in the description below. So in possession, as United's left back pushes forward, Aubameyang would move inside into a narrower position, which should drag the opposition's right back in field and leave space on the flank for the left back to overlap into. Whoever plays as United's main centre forward will be given more of a licence to roam deep than they are under Solskjaer's usual 4-2-3-1 without Aubameyang in. We could see Rashford dropping off from the forward line, playing almost as a false 9, looking to receive the ball in the half spaces. This could work well with Bruno Fernandes, who is very good at playing quick passes in the final third with other attackers. Rashford's movement deep should also drag a centre back out of the back line and leave space for Aubameyang to make runs into. This is certainly a main function of Aubameyang's game when he plays from the left. He has a knack of being able to know when to start making a diagonal run between a centre back and a full back in order to receive a through ball, putting him through to a one-on-one position. With Fernandes and Rashford in these positions, they'll be able to thread through balls to find these Aubameyang runs. Aubameyang would obviously improve United's ability to put away chances, particularly against deep defensive units, when chances created in the box aren't as plentiful, which is why United have struggled against these sorts of teams. Aubameyang would also give United a greater aerial threat as well, potentially allowing them to utilise crosses into the box more effectively than they are currently able to do. So if United were to sign Aubameyang, would it make financial sense considering he is just about to turn 31? Well, I don't think Aubameyang is going to get any better from this point, so a decision on whether to sign him is going to come down to how long he can stay at this level, or at a good enough level to play in the United side, as the last thing United need is another declining player on big wages and a long-term contract. It is assumed that players reach their peak around 28 or 29 and then begin to hit a decline around 31 before they are pretty much needing to be replaced. However, with fitness and body recovery levels being as high as they've ever been in the modern game, it seems that players, especially strikers, are able to extend their performance curves and delay their decline. This is more true for strikers than say attacking midfielders, as the key attributes of a striker are movement in the box, anticipation and finishing, all of which shouldn't decline as quickly in a player as his pace, dribbling or athleticism would. We can see this with players like Lewandowski, Aguero, Jamie Vardy and Benzema, who are still performing at a world class level at the ages of 31 and 32 plus. Aubameyang is no longer as heavily reliant on his pace and physical attributes as he once was, and the quality of his game is now more focused around his mental and technical abilities, meaning that a decline shouldn't hit him as hard as it would other players. If signed in the summer, Aubameyang would be going into his age 31 season, meaning that if he declines from a world class striker around the age of 33, which is what I would expect, then Manchester United would still get 2 world class seasons from Aubameyang, and he may still be able to perform to a pretty decent level even when he is 33 and 34, potentially allowing United to get 3 or 4 very good seasons from him. This is similar to the Robin van Persie transfer that took place between the two clubs in 2012. An Arsenal striker in his peak with 1 year left on his contract, with a fading ambition of winning a major trophy, and the proposition of Manchester United on the other side with a golden ticket to a fulfilled career, or at least that's how Robin van Persie's career panned out. The Dutchman left Arsenal and only really had 1 world class season at United, which was the 2012-2013 season where Ferguson's side won the Premier League, which was accompanied with 2 mediocre campaigns by his previous standards during the 2013-14 and 2014-15 seasons. The loss for a major trophy and the end of a career in sight, which was Van Persie's reality in 2012, describes Aubameyang's career at this very moment. The only difference is Manchester United. Ferguson thought that United were just 1 world-class striker away from winning the league in 2012, and to be more precise, just 8 goals was a margin which stopped United winning the title that year. Van Persie was the crowning jewel, the samurai sword that Ferguson's side needed. However, Aubameyang is far from this for this United side, who are only 5th and still have a whole rebuild ahead of them. This is why, despite this transfer tempting the Manchester United taste buds, it's neither a wise move for Aubameyang or United themselves. Thank you for watching. If you like that video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.